Good afternoon, everybody. This is Fans Productions. I would like to begin this video by saying this will be the first piece of content that I release. If you have suggestions for new video ideas or feedback on how to improve, let me know in the comments below, and I will take them into consideration. I would also appreciate if you enjoy this video to like and subscribe, as that'll help me be motivated to create new content and improve the quality of my videos. With all that being said, let's begin. So after meeting Mercurio in Santa Monica and being assigned to arrive at the beach and retrieve his astrolite, you will encounter a character who basically already knows what you're there to do, and I'll just let her dialogue play.
Through that chain link gate and up those stairs. Those men you are looking for. Never mind. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, so there you can see that this character kind of somehow is able to see the future, and that's alluding to the fact that she's actually a Malkavian, which one of their powers is kind of where they have prophetic visions, but at the same time they're not really able to understand them completely. And to add on to that, all of the characters here on the beach are thin bloods, so their powers are not amplified to the level that a full regular vampire would be. Even though that's the case, she still says a lot of things that foreshadow what will happen later in the game, and even some things that will happen afterwards. So today we'll be going over them and trying to analyze what we can see later in the game that she already basically tells us, and some things that are implied to happen after the game. So before we proceed to analyze each line of dialogue, for those who may be missing context, I will play Bartram Tongue's description of Malkavians.
Malkavians are, interesting. There's something to them. Learning to sort the wisdom from the bullshit can be some work, and, not all of them are worth listening to, but, they're all good fun, if you ask me.
So as explained by Bartram Tongue, the Malkavians do have wisdom in what they say, though it can be confusing. And before we do go into the dialogue here, notice that the animation that's playing while she's speaking is kind of weird. It's like she's looking around, almost like she doesn't even see you, but she's seeing what she's speaking about. And, well, you'll see when the dialogue plays.
No, you are going to China.
See how her eyebrows are furling, and she seems worried as well. She'll be looking around in the next lines. But this line, "you have been," no, you are going to China, that's referring to the player going to Chinatown, which is obvious to most players who have finished the game.
Why is he smiling? The father. Is it the father behind him?
This one's a little more complex. Even people that have finished the game might not know. But she asks, why is he smiling? That's referring to Smiling Jack, the player who you meet in the tutorial. You know, he's always smiling, he's always laughing. And the father behind him is Cain, because he's called the father of all vampires, as when he killed his brother, he was cursed with immortality and a thirst for blood, which led him to siring other vampires and a whole mess. Then those vampires sired more vampires, and so on and so forth. So is it the father behind him is basically saying that Smiling Jack is controlled by Cain, or is an incarnation of Cain? Basically, that's his body with which he does whatever he wants, you know. He's living through Jack, I guess.
You chased it for the one at the top of the city. On the sea. No, on the ground. You found it in the crypt. It's open. Oh, it's open. Oh God. Oh God. Run.
So this one is referring to the sarcophagus that Cain was in, and it's a bit more distorted than the other ones, as it's the locations that the sarcophagus is, but in reverse. To begin with, the sarcophagus is found in the crypt underground by archaeologists, and then it's brought to Los Angeles by the Elizabeth Dane, as they plan to move it to a museum. After that, you recover it and bring it to the top of the city, referring to Maximilian LaCroix's tower, as it is the tallest in Los Angeles.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I see nothing. Disregard what I say. I don't know what I'm saying. Forget what I say.
Right, so she's not very confident in her power.
Fortune is not your destiny. All of us are unfortunate. Every time I sleep, the future plays out before me. I know the ending. It will end over and over until I cease to dream. I know your questions. For $100, I'll tell you what you don't want to hear. I need money to leave this place.
So she also says that she sees visions when she's sleeping. I don't know if it's only when they're dreaming that they see it, though I think it's both when they're awake and asleep. Maybe it's more vivid when they're dreaming.
Then ask again.
So now that you've paid her, the prophecies that she'll tell you are going to be a lot more complex, a lot more words, so I'll try to go over this here.
I don't know what I'm saying. Forget what I say. Then ask again. The Crimson Sheep is not who he says she is, and is going to bury dinosaurs. He's furious. The man with the crest, the voice in the darkness, boss. Chinese brothers. 4 lights to the end of the tunnel. Where do you want to go?
So, beginning with Crimson Ship, that is simply referring to the Elizabeth Dane. He's not who he says she is, and it's going to burn. That is when Nines is outside of Grout's mansion, which is actually Ming in disguise. And the burning is referring to the mansion exploding once you finish the quest. He's furious, the man with the crest, the voice in the darkness. That line is referring to Andre the Zemisky, and the voice in the darkness refers to Gary, the Nosferatu, who gives you information when you find his lair beneath Hollywood. The dinosaur refers to the museum, and as a personal theory, I say it could refer to the sheriff because he kind of looks like a dinosaur, and she says it with uncertainty like dinosaurs, but as it's plural, I'm guessing she's just referring to the museum. That's probably correct. The Chinese brothers refers to the 2 brothers that guard the sarcophagus under Giovanni's mansion. Follow the lights to the end of the tunnel refers to nothing in particular, really. Just, I guess, saying to finish the quest, the main quest. And Merriam-Webster's dictionary explains this phrase as a reason to believe that a bad situation will end soon, or that a long and difficult job will be finished soon. So, I think it's just kind of like encouragement to finish the game, I guess. And finally, where do you want to go? I can only assume that it's in reference to the ending where you kind of just fuck off and go do whatever you want, I guess. You leave the Brujas behind. So for these ones, I actually had to look it up. And I'll leave a link to the forum thread that I found them on. It's pretty interesting. A lot of people contributed. And that'll be in the comments below for those who are interested. Now moving on to the next question. Who can I trust?
The man on the couch, the lone wolf, all others don't care.
So basically, Mercurio and Beckett. They're not really particularly allies of yours, but you know, they're neutral. They do help you, but they don't do too much for you. Still, you can trust them.
Men everywhere. Some with swords, some with smiles. But I pity them. You are better not than before.
So she doesn't really give anything here. Just basically saying be cautious, because a lot of people are going to be out there to trick or just straight up attack and kill you.
Don't open it.
So that she's just saying don't open the sarcophagus, pretty much, which is very obvious what she's referencing.
Whether or not you win the game matters not. It's if you bought it.
So this is this could either be a reference to Troika. It's kind of like breaking the fourth wall meta commentary by Troika. Some people say it's related to piracy. Like, I mean, I guess it could be, but I think it's more just saying like, you bought the game, so if you win or don't, it doesn't really matter to us, you know?
Those with a lot to say usually have something on their mind. There are many unique individuals around the city. It's almost as if they're waiting for you to ask the right thing. E, for example.
So this is also meta commentary just for new players who don't know, I guess, where to go. Basically, you know, you can get quests by responding to characters in specific ways.
I see the future, not the past.
Yeah, so that's just her explaining that, you know, well, I don't need to go over that. You guys know. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't too high of quality. I do plan on getting better at these, editing more, working on my speech a little better. But I hope you guys did enjoy. It's a pretty short video. I really like this game. I think anybody who's watching this video really likes this game too. And with news of the sequel coming, I really hope that we get more things to discuss about in the future related to the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines series. So with all that being said, thank you for watching. Again, if you like the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Comment down below any disagreements you may have with what I've said the lines mean. Any constructive criticism you have for me to improve as a video maker. Just anything. I appreciate your time and have a good day, guys.